Hi, this is Mrs. Schoaf. Today our objective is to be able to divide rational numbers. When dividing rational numbers, we need to keep, change, flip, or leave it, change it, flip it. So dividing rational numbers, we're going to have a lot of fractions. Fractions are rational numbers. A rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction. When we divide our fractions today, when we have 1/7 divided by 4/5, we keep the first fraction the same, 1/7. We change it to times, and then we take the reciprocal of 4/5 and make it 5/4. So we're going to leave it, change it, flip it. In your notebook, go ahead and write down number 1, -5/9 divided by -3/8. All right, we're going to keep, change, flip. So we're going to keep -5/9 the same. So rewrite -5/9. We're going to change our division to times, and we're going to flip -3/8 and make it -8/3. Then remember, we're going to look for cancellation. So 3 won't go into 5, 3 goes into 9, 3 won't go into 8. Let's see, 2 goes into 8, but 2 won't go into 9 or 3. I don't see any cancellation, so we're going to multiply across. Now remember, we've got a negative times a negative. So a negative times a negative is a positive. So our answer is going to be positive. I'm going to multiply 5 times 8 to get 40, 9 times 3 to get 27. That's an improper fraction because 40 is larger than 27. So we're going to have to change it to a mixed number by dividing. So we're going to take 40 and divide by 27. 27 goes into 40 once. I'm going to borrow, and I'm going to have 13 left over. So if I go in a circle, this would be 1 and 13 27ths. Okay, write down number 2, -16/12 divided by 10/16. Okay, we're going to keep, change, flip. So rewrite -16/12, keep that the same. Change your division to times, and flip 10/16 and make it 16/10. Now remember, we want to look for all the cancellation. So I'm noticing that 12 and 16 have a common factor of 4. So let's cancel the 12 and 16. You're going to cross out the 12 and you're going to ask yourself, how many 4s go into 12? 3. How many 4s go into 16? 4. 10 and 16 have a common factor of 2. They're both even, so 2 goes into both of them. So I'm going to cancel 16 and 10. 2 goes into 16, 8. 2 goes into 10, 5. Now I'm looking to see if there's any more cancellation. You can't cancel 8 and 4 because they're both numerators. So remember, when you cancel, it has to be one numerator with one denominator. 3 won't go into 8. 2 goes into 8, but not 5. I think we've got it. So we're going to multiply across. We've got a negative times a positive. So a negative times a positive is a negative. 8 times 4 is 32. Multiply my denominators. 3 times 5 is 15. But that's an improper fraction because 32 is larger than 15. So now I'm going to divide. I'm going to take 32 and divide by 15. See, 15 goes into 32 twice. 2 15s make 30. Subtract, get 2. So if I go in a circle, remember my answer is negative, it would be 2 and 2 15ths. Okay, number 3. Write down -7 15ths divided by 4/5. We're going to keep the first fraction the same. So keep -7 15ths the same. Make it times. Take the reciprocal of the second fraction. Flip that 4/5 and make it 5/4. Let's look for cancellation. I notice 15 and 5. 5 goes into both of them. So we're going to cross out the 15 and ask ourselves, how many 5s go into 15? 3. Cross out the 5. How many 5s go into 5? 1. Okay, I'm looking for more cancellation. 3 won't go into 7. 2 goes into 4, but 2 won't go into 7. I think we've got it all, so we're going to multiply across. We've got a negative times a positive. So a negative times a positive is a negative, so our answer is going to be negative. 7 times 1 is 7. 3 times 4 is 12. This is not improper because 7 is not bigger than 12, so our answer would be negative 7/12. Okay, write down number 4, 11 over 21 divided by 55 over 42. Okay, we're going to keep, change, flip. So remember, 11 over 21, you're going to keep. You're just going to rewrite that. Change your division to times, and then flip the second fraction. Take the reciprocal, which would be 42 over 55. Let's see, can we cancel the 11 and 55? Yes, 11 goes into both of them. So cross out your 11. How many 11s go into 11? 1. Cross out your 55. How many 11s go into 55? 5. Is there cancellation with 21 and 42? Well, yeah, if I take 2 times 21, I get 42. 21 will go into both of those. So we're going to cross out the 21 and ask ourselves, how many 21s go into 21? 1. How many 21s go into 42? 2. Okay, we have all our cancellation now. I got a positive times a positive times a positive is a positive. Multiply 1 times 2 in the numerator, 1 times 5 in the denominator. My answer would be 2/5. Okay, now when we have mixed numbers, we need to change all mixed numbers to improper fractions. So if we have a mixed number, first we have to make it improper and then keep, change, flip. Okay, in your notebook, write down number 5, 5 1/3 divided by negative 7. Okay, let's change 5 1/3 to an improper fraction. We're going to take 5 times 3, which is 15, add 1 to get 16. So 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. The denominator stays a 3. Now it's division, because all I'm doing on my first step is making them improper. Negative 7 is the same as negative 7 over 1. So first step, make them improper. Second step, keep, change, flip. So keep 16/3 the same. Change your division to times, flip, or take the reciprocal to get negative 1/7. Now look for cancellation. Let's say 3 won't go into 16, 7 won't go into 16, 2 goes into 16, but won't go into 3 or 7. So I think we've got it all. We're going to multiply across. We got a positive times a negative. Positive times a negative is a negative. 16 times 1 is 16. 3 times 7, 21. And that is in simplest form because I did all the cancellation. Okay, look at number 6. Negative 4 3/10 divided by 3/5. Okay, first we want to make negative 4 3/10 improper. So we're going to take 4 times 10, which is 40, add 3. That would be negative 43, and 10 stays the denominator. It is still division, divided by, and that's a positive 3/5. So we've got negative 43 tenths divided by 3/5. But it's division, so now we got to keep, change, flip. So on your paper, keep negative 43 tenths the same. Change your division to times. Make the second fraction the reciprocal, which is 5/3. Once you flip, you can look for cancellation. You can't do cancellation until you flip. I'm noticing that 5 and 10 have a common factor of 5. So I'm going to ask myself, how many 5s go into 10? 2. How many 5s go into 5? 1. See, 3 won't go into 43, 2 won't go into 43. So now I'm ready to multiply across. A negative times a positive. A negative times a positive is a negative. So it's negative 43 times 1 is 43. 2 times 3 is 6. That's an improper fraction because 43 is bigger than 6. So we're going to divide to make it a mixed number. So I'm going to take 43 and divide by 6. Let's see, 7 times 6 is 42. Subtracting it 1. If I go in a circle, that would be negative 7 and 1/6. Okay, number 7. Write in your notebook 5 and 1/18 divided by 4 and 4/9. First step, make them improper. I'm going to go ahead and have you do that on your own, and then we'll check. Make both of those improper. Okay, let's check what you did. 5 times 18 is 90 plus 1. See if you have 91 over 18. 4 times 9 is 36. Plus 4 is 40 over 9. Now we can't try cancellation yet because we haven't changed it to times the reciprocal. So we got to keep change flip first. So keep 91/18 the same. Make it times 9/40. You're going to keep change flip. And now you can see any cancellation. So I'm noticing 9 goes into 18 and 9. So 9 goes into 18 twice. 9 goes into 9 once. Let's see. 5 goes into 40, won't go into 91. 8 goes into 40, won't go into 91. I believe we have it all. We got a positive times a positive, which is a positive. If I multiply 91 times 1, I get 91. 2 times 40 is 80. But that's improper because 91 is higher than 80, so I've got to divide to make it a mixed number. So let's see, 80 goes into 91 once, with 11 left over. If I go in a circle, this would be 1 and 11/80. That's an 8. Okay, I'm going to let you try number 8 on your own. In your notebook, write 1 and 2/9 divided by 1 and 2/3. Remember, first step, make them improper. After you make them improper, keep change flip. Then look to see if there's any cancellation. All right, let's check this out. So see if you did 1 times 9 plus 2. See if you had 11/9 divided by 1 times 3 is 3 plus 2, 5/3. Now see if you did keep change flip and made 11/9 times 3/5. Looking for cancellation, you can cancel the 3 and the 9. So you're going to cross out the 9. How many 3's go into 9? 3. How many 3's go into 3? 1. I think that's it. We've got a positive times a positive. So our answer is going to be positive 11/15. All right, today you have an exit slip. I want you to evaluate, which means work out the problem, and explain your steps using words. So first, what did you do? Next, what did you do?